Princess of Wales making some of the front pages this morning after revealing more details about her cancer recovery yesterday during a visit to a hospital.
You know, you put on a sort of brave face, stoicism through treatment. The treatment's done.
Yeah.
So I can crack on and get back to normal again, but actually the phase afterwards is really, is a really difficult one. You're not necessarily in the clinical team any longer, but you're not able to function normally at home as you perhaps once used to. And actually someone to help talk you through that, show you and guide you through that sort of phase that comes after treatment, I think is really valuable.
Well, Royal Editor Russell Myers joins me now alongside our Dr Amir. First public appearance since, of course, missing Royal Ascot and all sorts of stuff came out about that. Of course it did. Really good to see her. She looked very at ease. She was talking with other people who'd been through the same thing. So very at ease, very comfortable and very honest.
Yeah, very much so. I mean, we don't normally get the royal family talking about their medical history. Of course, that's would understandably be private. But I think, this is an incredibly candid statement. And it's not just about her own personal experience, but sort of putting her arm around cancer sufferers as well. And we've had that with both Kate and William speaking about how tough the last year has been for them. I mean, this was a visit to the Royal Horticultural Society Wellbeing Garden, which is at Colchester Hospital. Yeah. It allows cancer patients to sort of immerse themselves in nature. And we've heard Kate speak a lot about that, about how important it is to do the things you love, to spend some time out in nature, to concentrate on your recovery. And I think, when she did miss Royal Ascot, there was a lot of questions about, is this an issue? Has she been coming back too quickly? Because we did see her at the King's official birthday celebrations, trooping the colour. Then she was at the V&A Storehouse in London, and then she was at Garter Day as well. So she did 3 engagements in the 1 week. And it has been a pretty rocky road for her. I mean, she's got a young family to look after as well. And I think she kind of needs to play the long game. But talking about having to put on a brave face, having a really, really difficult time, not only in the treatment process, but also with the recovery as well. And I think, that will really, we should pay attention to that, because it does need to be a bit of a long road for her.
It really, really does. I mean, Amir, she spoke about that, as Russell said, about the challenges that you face after treatment. That's when sometimes it can be tougher.
Yeah, and that's the part of the cancer journey we don't talk about often enough. Those invisible scars that you can feel, but no one else can see. The emotional toil, the fatigue that comes long after you've finished treatment and you've had that supportive care around you, and it all disappears and you're almost left on your own there. I think her talking about this will give other people the courage to shine a light on their own experience of that, and perhaps talk about that and get that support that they need, perhaps from their family and friends. Because it's easy to think, oh, you've finished your cancer treatment now, you've been given the all clear, you should be fine. Yeah. But taking time to bounce back and find your new normal, I think is really important, and again, encourages other people feeling the same, who perhaps haven't found the right words to describe it, to go on and talk about it. I'm glad you talked about nature therapy. More and more hospitals are getting these gardens like the one she visited. And there's so much evidence that immersing yourself in nature during treatment, after treatment, for whatever reason, is really supportive to both physical and mental health. So I'm so glad to see her planting plants, getting in there. So important. And I would encourage nature therapy for anyone who's in that post-cancer treatment phase of their cancer journey.
Oh, I know, because you get so much joy from your own garden and being outside. And it was good to see her. She got her hands dirty. I mean, she was right in there, making sure that it was beautiful. A lovely Kate Rose, a Catherine Rose. Yeah. She also talked about the fact she had acupuncture during her treatment, and a lot of people find benefits from these sorts of alternative therapies, don't they?
Yeah, certainly do. And I think this is something we've got to talk about more as well, because it's easy to poo-poo these kind of alternative therapies because there might not be enough evidence for certain things. But when you've got side effects to cancer treatment like chemotherapy, when you've got a dry mouth, hot flushes as a result of treatment, and no medication is working, it's okay to be offered these treatments like acupuncture, for which we do have some evidence. And it's a 2,000-year-old ancient Chinese medicine. It's used widely in other parts of the world to manage these symptoms. And if it works for you, then there's absolutely no reason you can't have it. She also talked about reflexology, which was offered to her. There's less evidence for that, but anything that offers mindfulness, relaxation, even a bit of human touch during a really difficult time, I'm hugely supportive of.
No, absolutely. I couldn't agree more. I mean, that's the thing, isn't it? And when he was Prince of Wales, King Charles was very much, an advocate for all of that.
Well, yes, talking to trees and plants.
Yeah, and people mocked.
Well, they've mocked him for a lot of things, haven't they, throughout the years?
It was right all along.
Yeah, it's all come true.
Exactly.
He's the oracle. But I think it is important to do things you love. I mean, there is the question of whether we will see the Princess of Wales at Wimbledon. It's Wimbledon's ongoing at the moment. I think that it'll be great to see her there.
Yes.
She's spoken before about doing the things you love, surrounding yourself with good people, having good times to try and get back to, as she described, the new normal. And it's a very, very different world that she's entered. And I think that she needs to be allowed to have the sort of time and a bit of respect to get back to a normal life.
Exactly. And Amir, there's lots, the Princess of Wales has opened up about this, talked about that you've got to get help. And there is a lot of help out there for people, isn't there?
There really is. If you're struggling at any point in your cancer journey, whether it's at the diagnosis, the treatment, or post-treatment, there's lots of websites you can go to. Macmillan offer really good free support. Marie Curie do the same as well. Or you could just come and speak to your GP and we can point you in the right direction.
Sounds good. Amir, thank you so much. Russell, thank you too. Well, that's a wrap for this video. We hope you enjoyed it. We have all the best moments from the show right here on the channel. And if you like this video, then we think you'll love this one. See you next time.